Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the two stealth choppers in Grand Theft Auto Online. We have the fan favorite, the Akula, an absolutely amazing, sleek helicopter, and then we have a helicopter that looks like it ate one too many Big Macs, the Annihilator Stealth. Now, I've heard a lot about the Akula. It's a super popular helicopter. Everybody wants one. The Annihilator Stealth is a helicopter that not many people know all too much about, including myself. I just kind of saw it pop up for sale one day, purchased it, and haven't really thought all too much since. But I figured, you know what, I own both helicopters, they both have stealth mode, and they're both pretty similar priced. So what are the advantages and disadvantages between them? Let's get straight into it. The first thing I wanted to compare is the upgradability. Let's see what the Akula has for weapons. Well, we got some bombs, explosive, incendiary, gas, and cluster, which all vehicles that can drop bombs will get access to. And we also have some primary and secondary weapons. We got a dual-mounted 50 cal, and we have mounted homing missiles and missile barrage. Now, the missile barrage on this is pretty lame. It only shoots 4 missiles. It's not like, you know, some of the other helicopters that shoot way more, or like the B-11 Strike Force. So, yeah, kind of lame there, but let's also take a look at what the Annihilator Stealth has. Now, I can tell you that the weapons, at least for the missiles, are exactly the same, because you can see I already have the barrage equipped on this vehicle just to keep it a little different than my Akula. But if we take a look, you do not get bombs with the Annihilator Stealth, which is a bit of a shame. And when it comes to weapons, that's all you get, is either a mounted homing missiles, just like we can see my Akula has, or the mounted missile barrage. Honestly, I would just go with the mounted homing missiles. They're better. The barrage is lame. It only shoots 4 missiles, even though there's like 2,000 missile slots that we can see that could feasibly shoot. Yeah, they're kind of lame overall. When it comes to everything else, that's it. So right now, there's 1 point at least going for the Akula because it has bombs, which this vehicle doesn't. To show you how lame the missile barrage is on the Annihilator Stealth and Akula, that's it right there. Those 4 missiles you just watched come out of my helicopter, that is all you get. Now, to be fair, it does have a fairly quick reload, as you can see, but still, it's pretty lame. I would just suggest to use the homing missile launcher. It's a little more expensive, but it's definitely a better option. With that aside, let's start to break into the important things when it comes to the Annihilator Stealth versus the Akula. The first one is maneuverability and top speed. Well, I can tell you for a fact that not only does the Akula have a better top speed at 157.25 miles per hour, but as well, the Annihilator Stealth has worse handling. So, yeah, that's kind of bad. The Annihilator Stealth top speed is 149, so it's close, but it's still quite a bit slower than the Akula. And the handling on this thing feels like a frickin' boat because of how long it is. You can see just how wonky it is when I turn it. It noses the front down. It's just a very unwieldy machine to fly. The worst part about the Annihilator Stealth is the survivability. For some reason, even though this helicopter is literally the size of the Titanic, it only survives. In comparison to the Akula, we can see already that it survives more than 1, which means it's just flat better. That's our second missile, and that is our third. So the Akula can survive at least 2 homing missiles, where, as I said, the Annihilator Stealth, literally 0. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Surviving 2 homing missiles allows you to actually be able to jump out of the Akula if you know death's at your door. With the Annihilator Stealth, you're just gonna die. You don't really have much of a chance. So far, the points are all stacking on the side of the Akula. Not only is the Akula faster, not only does it fly better, it can survive more missiles, it has the same weapons, and it's actually got better weapon control because of the fact a secondary person can control the miniguns on the front. Plus, you have machine guns that you can use as well. Yeah, so far, the Akula is just getting absolute dubs. Oh yeah, also the fact that the Akula has a bomb bay that you can use, which is pretty dang sick. I didn't even know it had a bomb bay until looking at the weapon upgrades. So overall, the Akula is taking every dub here. There is only one thing the Annihilator Stealth has. And I'm not joking. There's only one thing the Annihilator Stealth has over the Akula, is the ability to rappel off the side with a rope. If you've ever seen police helicopters when you get like 4-star wanted levels and the police go down on the little ropes and try to shoot at you, well, that's what you can actually do with the Annihilator Stealth, which is honestly a super cool gimmick. And that is the problem. It's a gimmick. First of all, you need other players to do this with you. And let's be real, the only time you're going to be doing something with other players is normally with heist setups or preps like that, which means you're probably not going to be using this vehicle as you're not allowed to begin with. If you're actually in a public lobby and you have your friends, you'll probably find it cool for about the first or second time, and then you'll be like, okay, what's next? Because that's all there really is for this helicopter. The only thing I can actually think the ability to rappel off the sides would be good for is if you're trying to make some action skits with GTA Online. That's about it. Apart from that, I really can't say there's all too much going for it, because you have to leave the vehicle in hover mode to access the rope, and it takes about 25 seconds to get the person from the top all the way down from the bottom once you've stopped moving the helicopter, compared to the amount of time it takes me to just do this, and we're landed. I mean, it's just so much easier to just bump your helicopter on the ground. Sure, it might be a hard landing, but it's not going to hurt the helicopter. It'll still fly fine. It's not smoking or anything like that. It's just so much faster, especially because of the fact the Akula can survive more explosions. You can just smash it into the ground. You probably won't even blow up. So yeah, the Annihilator Stealth is pretty dang useless when you consider all the facts presented. I really can't tell you any advantages it has. The only other real attribute the Annihilator Stealth has going for it is the fact that you don't need to put primary weapons on it. It comes with them unlocked, so you can just, you know, pull out the machine guns and use them like you would on a normal Annihilator, but they're completely impossible to use because this helicopter flies like a boat, and the fact that it's a helicopter. I mean, it's not easy to control these. I'm gonna try and blow up this blue car here, and yeah, it's not easy, and I might not be the best pilot, but still, it's just pointless. Overall, the Annihilator Stealth is a waste of money. It does have the ability to go off the radar, which is nice. It does look cool. I really like the look of this helicopter, and the fact that it has 4 seats and it can rappel people off the sides are all cool things, but when you compare it to all the attributes that the Akula has, it's just not worth the money, especially because it is more money. I would understand if this helicopter was 1.5 mil, you know, if it was a cheap alternative that let you go off the radar, but it's not. Rockstar does all these price changes, and they leave this pile of turds out of the question. Well, that's what I think of the Annihilator Stealth. It is completely useless. Do not waste your money on it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments if I missed anything about the helicopter, but to what I'm aware, I didn't. It's just pointless. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.